הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
Shabbat Shalom. For those of you joining us for the first time, we're sorry we can't greet you in person this evening, but we're so glad you're with us. I'm Rabbi Cohen, and I'm joined by Cantor Muchnick. Although we are physically distant, we are thankful that we can be spiritually together as we welcome Shabbat. If you'd like, I invite you to get your candles ready as I invite my mother, Eve Cohen, to help light the Shabbos candles. Baruch atah Adonai.
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehavlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Passing the Kiddush cup to you, Cantor.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'ratzon hinchilanu. Zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'acharta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava u'v'ratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai מקדש השבת. אמן. לחיים.
L'chaim. We continue with our prayer on page 8 if you're following along in our virtual prayer book. I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics and no services, but I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us and to bring that vision to life. We continue singing unto God with Shiru Ladonai, page 13.
שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני שיר חדש. No, God of the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. I will sing unto God a new song.
We continue with the Chatzi Kaddish, page 26.
Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabba. Amen. Be'alad yivrach yidotei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechol v'yomechol l'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Bagala uvizman karim be'imru. Amen. Yehesh me'rabba mevorach ve'olam lo mehamaya yitbarach ve'ishtabach ve'itpar ve'itromam ve'itnaseh ve'yitadar ve'yitale ve'yitala shemei dekudesha berichu leila min kol berchata ve'shirata tushbechata ve'nechemata damiran be'olma ve'imru. Amen.
We rise in our hearts for our call to prayer, the Baruch.
Lai lai lai, lai lai lai, lai 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 lai. Lai lai lai, lai lai lai, lai 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 lai. Lai 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 lai. Lai 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 lai. Lai 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 lai. Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach. את אדוני המבורך. ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. Lai lai lai, lai lai lai, lai 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 lai, lai lai lai, lai lai lai, lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai. Lai 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 lai. Lai 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 lai.
We join together. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Sevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv aravim. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Blessed are you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך מהיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי Vitem kedoshim leloechem, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem lelohim, Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Adonai Elohechem, Amen. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot.
That wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness.
That there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot osef eleh, Nora tehilot osef eleh Adonai imloch leolam va'ed. מלכותך רעבנך, בוקי הים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי ענו ואמרו, זה אלי ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. נורא עושה, נורא עושה פלא אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
Our Hashkivenu prayer asks God to shelter us through the darkness of night. Now, more than ever, we too must shelter one another through all the darkness that exists in our lives, reminding one another that there still exists light. So let us join together with a version of Hashkivenu, Let There Be Love.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu, Hashivenu Leshalom. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu, Hashivenu Leshalom. Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu, Hashivenu Leshalom. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storm.
Our prayer, Vishamru, is our reminder to keep Shabbat. On this day of rest, how will we find respite from the challenges we face? What might we do differently, if even just taking a breath of release? How will we allow this time to re-energize us for the work still left to be done? We pray together on page 44.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת.
We join as one for our Amidah.
Adonai, שפתי תפתח ופי כי תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol Yibor ve'Anorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Hakol, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, בחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. מכלכל חיים בחסד, בחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. תומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We take some time for silent prayer.
Shalom, shalom, bimromah, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imro amen. Oseh shalom, shalom, bimromah, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imro amen. Uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, amen, amen. Oseh shalom, shalom bimromah, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imro amen, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imro amen.
We have all heard the phrase, 2 Jews, 3 opinions. We know that we are so good at arguing, kvetching, and expressing our opinions that we can even argue about something all by ourselves. And sometimes our words can get us into trouble. But are their arguments actually worth having? In Judaism, we have a concept called a machloket l'shem shamayim, an argument for the sake of heaven's name. Of course, only Jews would have a concept about how to properly argue. Sometimes we have arguments out of anger, out of the need to prove that one person is right and the other is wrong. Sometimes we have arguments because we do not feel heard, or because we are trying to gain control. But these reasons are not for the sake of heaven. Instead, when we argue for the sake of progress, for the sake of coming up with a better solution or answer that will benefit everyone, and not just one person, this is a machloket l'shem shamayim. This is an argument for the sake of heaven, worthy to have in the eyes of God. This is an argument in which upholding the relationship of the people in the argument is more important than the argument itself. In this week's Torah portion, we meet the antagonist Korach. Korach and his group rebel against Moses, Aaron, and the Israelite people. Perhaps jealous of their leadership, Korach challenges why Moses and Aaron get to be the leaders over everyone else. He argues, "Why do you raise yourself up above God's congregation? For all people are holy." While Korach's question seems valid and with good intentions, his mission was not. Torah commentator Nechama Leibowitz teaches that Korach saw the Israelites as each person out for themselves, as self-serving individuals, and not as one collective Israelite people. Korach's argument was a challenge rooted in his own individual ambition to rise above and rule over others. In thinking only of himself, his argument was not one for the sake of heaven. In response, Moses, in his humility, stands up to Korach and reminds him that to be a leader is to look out for everybody, the entire community, and not just to advance oneself. Moses explains that the sacred work he does is on behalf of God and for the welfare of everyone. Well, the problem we find in our Torah portion this week is not far off from the problems we see in society now. It has become clear that in our world today, if we are not looking out for one another as a collective, we are doing it wrong. The moment we take our mask off in public, or the moment we argue that one person's life matters more than another, we are not living justly. Today is June 19th, also known as Juneteenth. It is a day we should all celebrate, not because it is my birthday, but because today is the commemoration of the abolition of slavery in the United States in 1865. Sadly, Florida was one of the 11 Confederate states practicing slavery, but today celebrates the day freedom was confirmed throughout the land. Customarily celebrated by the African American community, only recently has this day entered into mainstream conversations. It has been referred to as America's second Independence Day. More and more companies are realizing that this holiday should indeed be a national holiday. From the NFL and Nike to Target and JCPenney and even Google, companies are making Juneteenth a paid company holiday. However, some people have argued that Juneteenth should not be a national holiday because it is only relevant to one group of people. And therein lies precisely the problem. Arguing whether all of us should pause to celebrate Juneteenth only divides humanity further. The American freedom of one race of people is a celebration for all of us. Fifth Third Bank wrote a statement that said, as employees observe Juneteenth, each of us should pause, reflect, and contemplate its significance and what it meant 155 years ago, what it means today, and how we might take action to make tomorrow better for everyone. So why do we continue to read about the rebellious Korach year after year? Why should we recall the unjust time of slavery year after year? Well, each narrative reminds us what discussions, what arguments are still worth having, what arguments have and will continue to bring about a better world for everyone. Each narrative reminds us in our own lives how to love our neighbor more than the disagreements we may have. And most of all, each narrative reminds us to appreciate all of God's people, seeing ourselves as one collective, one humanity, instead of as individuals only for ourselves. So go ahead and kvetch, go ahead and argue. Just make sure you are doing it for the right reasons. As philosopher Joseph Joubert once said, the aim of argument or of discussion should not be victory, but progress. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may this be God's will, and may it be our will as well. As we continue to pray for that world where we can truly be at peace and one of humanity, we pray for healing, not only for our world, but for all of those in our own community that are in need of healing. We especially think of Deborah Benson, Alvin Yarkin, Charlotte Kammer, Richard Levine, Nicole McKevitt, Michelle Kingen, Karen Silver, Sheila Butler, Carol Porwich, Michelle Overard, Elliot Porwich, Michael Medoff, Chavalea Bat Esther, Rachel Glatt, Josh Bernstein, Margot Engel, David Schwartz, Casey Rosemeyer, Marcia Schiller Silverstein, Elvira Chavez, Gary Bandel, Victoria Athis, Chana Rachel Bat Devora, Baruch Ben Panina, Shelby Cabin, Thelma Fisher, Howard Kleinberg, Elliot Kleinberg, Hannah Zegal, Naomi Kirstein, Lori Chazen Hurwitz, Michael Zoll, Ben Evans, Tammy Shestak Lipsky, Yehudit, Claire Weiss, Linda Freilich, Heshi Glatt, Richard Stransky, Shachar Karen, Marjorie Frankel, Alex Sanchez, Deborah J. Israel, Jerry Butwin, Robert Scheinberg, Mordechai Yehuda Ben Itta, Zvi Herschel Shai Ben Gittel, Danielle Seltzer, Harvey Merenstein, Allie Hill, Kathy Kaufman, Marlene Pollock, and Dennis Blyden. We also think about all who are fighting against COVID-19 and all who are in mourning. We pray for a refuah shlema, the wholeness that comes with the healing of body, mind, and spirit. We'll join together on page 253 for Misha Berach.
מקור הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Mi shebeirach imotzeinu, mekor rest those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
That healing is so very much needed. We continue as we give thanks and praise to God with the Aleinu.
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latein gedula liotze breshit, shelo asanu kegoy aratzot, velo samanu kemishbechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gdor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu koreim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
At this time, we think of those who are no longer physically with us, but who we remember in spirit. We're in the period of Shiva for Erwin Gerber and for Edith Salkind Chernikoff. We're in the period of Shloshim, the 30-day period of remembrance for Jean Alter and Sorrel Eglaustein. And we recall the yahrzeits of Thomas Atkins, Mildred Barden, Julio Barrios Jr., J. Paul Breakstone, Alan Dropkin, Gertrude Fertig, Arnold Finkenthal, Bernard Fleischman, Erwin Furman, Pearl Gitlitz, Hyman Goldberg, Victor Heschles, Rose Joseph, Celia Kane, Milton Levine, Gertrude Levy, Donald List, Gloria Meyer, Helen Neuwirth, Ida Newmark, Shari Oken, Peter Pecoraro, Beth Penzel, Robert Pergament, William Rudolph, Herman Mitchell Schwartz, Alan Sklar, Gary Sloan, Molly Solansky, and Philip Toback. And we also keep in memory George Floyd. May his memory bring about a better world. Continue together with our Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah, ve'oma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'mechon uv'chayedecho beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'me'omaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitshomam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemedi kudusha b'reichu. Leolam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'ama v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'akol Yisrael, v'imru. Amen. Osei shalom b'imromav, hu yasei shalom, aleinu ve'akol Yisrael, v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace, the one who creates harmony on high, bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say,
Amen.
Amen. For some announcements this evening, I'd like to say that our virtual Camp CBI has officially begun this past week. There are daily virtual activities for kindergarten and up, as well as a teen track with volunteer opportunities and activity electives for up to 12th grade. So if anyone's interested, it's not too late to sign up. And the Summer Adult Learning Series will also begin this coming week with weekly themed programs and classes every single week. So be on the lookout for that as well. As always, please know that your entire clergy team is here for you. We're not just here for leading Shabbat services, but for any of your pastoral needs, even if you just need an ear, we are here for you and you always have someone to call upon. I want to thank Dr. Alan Mason for his piano accompaniment this evening. And last but certainly not least, thank you, Cantor Muchnick, for uplifting us through your prayers tonight.
No, last but not least, I would like to wish you, as we all would, a very happy birthday. And although we can't hear them, let's all join together and sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rabbi Cohen. Happy birthday to you. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much, Cantor, and thank you to everyone singing along. I really appreciate it. No other place I'd rather be. Honestly, leading services is something I love to do, and just honored to be able to do that with you, Cantor, and for CBI. So if you are joining us and have a challah, now's the time to grab your challah as we say Hamotzi. I have mine right here. Voila. Challah. It's raisin challah this week. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. B'teavon. Tonight, as we conclude this evening, we pray not only for a Shabbat Shalom, for a Sabbath of peace, and for the wholeness that we each seek ourselves, but we also pray for peace for all of humanity. We'll join together with Cantor Muchnick, and if this melody is new for you, join in on the chorus as we pray, Yihiyeh Shalom Ba'olam, may there be peace in the world.
When we hear one another, there will be peace in the world. When we understand one another, there will be peace in the world. When we love one another, there will be peace in the world. Yeh Shalom, Yeh Shalom Ba'olam, Yeh Shalom, Yeh Shalom. When we believe in one another, there will be peace in the world. When we learn from one another, there will be peace in the world. When we work with one another, there will be peace in the world. Yeh Shalom, Yeh Shalom Ba'olam, Yeh Shalom, Yeh Shalom. When we believe that peace will come, we can see the beauty in everyone. When we believe that peace can be, we We are children of one family. Yeh shalom, yeh shalom ba'olam. Yeh shalom, yeh shalom, yeh shalom. Yeh shalom ba'olam, yeh shalom, yeh shalom, yeh shalom, yeh shalom ba'olam, yeh shalom, yeh shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.